What up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Stoked to be back here this week, bringing you some podcasting insights. And in this episode, I'm talking about MowPod, MowPod, and how you can use their service to boost podcast episodes to get more downloads. Let's give it a go. I just did this for last week's episode where I talked about how to use SEO to rank higher with an Apple Podcast search. The episode after this, I'm going to report back and tell you about some of the results from that, how much I paid, and kind of what it got me. So stay tuned. That's a little teaser for next week. But in this week, let's learn more about MowPod, why I decided to use it, and how it works. Head on over to MowPod.com while you're listening to this or at another moment, but it's MowPod.com. And they're a podcast audience growth agency. Per their website, MowPod is the largest driver of engaged listeners to many of the most prominent podcasts in the US. Need to grow your podcast audience with real engaged listeners while meeting your podcast growth goals against realistic KPIs? Look no further. So that's their tagline. And I've seen these guys having booths at like Podcast Movement. And a couple of them have actually slid into my LinkedIn DMs. And so I've known about it for a while, but I finally decided, okay, MowPod, let's check it out. Let's play around with it, throw a little bit of money at it to try to grow the show. And so that's what I did. For you guys, for me, they have a self-serve section of the business for independent podcasters. And how this works, per the website, is our system will create and place the ads, let you set a budget, and allow you to log in to monitor the ad campaign's process for as little as $100. Then you click on promote your podcast. And basically what you do now is you enter your RSS feed, boom, your show will come up, and then you set your budget. The lowest minimum you can pay is $100. And at $100, I guess they're guaranteeing you 111 downloads. And that comes out to 90 cents per download. And if you crank up the price, the cost per download drops. So if you spend $1,000, the cost per download is 82 cents. And for that, you get 1,111 downloads of a particular episode. Somewhere in the middle, let's say you want to spend, let's go lower. Let's say you want to spend $275. The cost per download is 89 cents and you're guaranteed 305 downloads. So after you put in your RSS feed, you can select an episode from your feed. You enter your billing information. Boom. You submit. You hit the Boost Now button. And I guess these are called boosts, MowPod boosts. And so they're going to boost the downloads of a specific episode that you select. How does that work? How do they create an ad? Do they create an ad? Where do they put it? And what's interesting is I don't have a ton of information on that, but there was someone from their team who slid into my DMs, and let me find that. So the person, I'm not going to mention their name, but they DM'd me. I kind of asked them, how does MowPod work? I've heard of you guys. I've seen you guys. I know there's like a paid strategy that I can use within your platform. And so this is what the person said. We use visual promo ads across websites. We use direct, programmatic, and incentivized ads and target audiences based on actions, profiles, etc. We run campaigns on a fixed cost basis. Our Apple follower tool has been most popular as it is ideal for growing audience and chart ranking. So what does that mean? Well, I guess they're advertising on other websites that are maybe in a similar genre or niche. So I asked him, okay, so how does the retention work? So yes, all these people see whatever kind of ad MowPod is putting out. What's the retention? Do people just download that one episode? Do they follow and subscribe and kind of seem to stick around and actually enjoy the show or episode that's being advertised to them? And this person who works for MowPod said, our Apple Follow tool shows 70 to 80% retention out of 1,000 followers post-campaign. Of that 70 to 80%, 40 of those become engaged listeners. Okay. Sounds pretty good. There's a lot of math there, but that's as far as I can tell you guys kind of how it works. And I boosted last week's episode which if you listen to the show was all about how to use SEO to rank higher within Apple Podcast search ratings. And so I'm excited to report back on that. I got an email with my receipt for what I purchased. I'm going to log into MowPod now. If I can find the fucking login button. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to click on campaigns. It just says in progress. And so that's really all I've got for you guys today. Was I wanted to introduce you to this platform largely for the self-service feature where you don't have to talk to anyone. You log in, you select how much you want to pay. It's going to tell you how many downloads you're going to get. And hopefully I just kind of explained how that works, how you're going to get those downloads based on the way that MowPod is going to advertise your show, which is in direct words from an employee there. But yeah, just wanted to show you kind of what I did, how it works, what it is. And I'm going to report back next week with my findings. It doesn't say how long it takes, a week. I don't know. I'll report back next week to kind of see what happened, what kind of movement I'm seeing on that episode. And yeah, stoked to experiment. I think part of podcasting, growth, marketing is you got to experiment. I've mentioned in the past that organic growth is best. And over the long run, if you keep pushing, that organic growth will slowly happen. But having a paid strategy, I think, is definitely a necessary part of how to grow your podcast. And so hopefully, if this tickles your fancy, check out MowPod, MowPod.com. Keep listening, keep engaging, keep creating, and I am out.